even or odd, of all the days in the year. Come Lammas Eve at night, shall she be 14. Susan and she, God rest her Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is the god. She was too good for me, but as I said, on Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. That shall she marry. I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years. And she was weaned, I shall never forget, of all the days of the year, upon that day, for I had lain wormwood to my dog, sitting in the sun, under the dove-house wall. My lord and you were at Mantua. Nay, I do bear a brain, but as I said, when it did taste wormwood on the nipple of my dog, and it felt bitter, pretty fool, to see it touchy and fall out with the dog. She, quoth the dove-house, 'twas no need, I trow, and since the time it's 11 years, for then she could stand high, low, nay, by thee rude. She could have fought and waddled all about, for even the day before she broke her brow. And then my husband, God be with his soul, a merry man took up the child. Yes, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward when thou hast more wit, will not thou, Joel? And by my holidam, the pretty rich left crying and say, Aye, to see now how jest shall come about. I warrant, and I shall live 1,000 years. I never shall forget, will thou not, Joel? Quoth he, and pretty fool, it stained, and said, Aye. Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo, humours, madman, passion, lover, appear thou in the likeliness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. Cry but I, me, pronounce but love and dove. Speak to my gossip, Venus, one fair word, one nickname for her pure-bred son and heir, young Adam Cupid, so that shot so trim. When King Cophetua loved the beggar maid, he heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not, the ape is death, and I must conjure him, I conjure there, by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her forehead, by her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg and quivering thigh, and the denseness that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeliness thou appear to us, ha ha! He jests as scars that never felt the wound, but soft what light yonder through window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious, her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it, cast it off. Oh, it is my lady, oh, it is my love, oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth the lamp. Her eyes in heaven, would through the airy region stream so bright. The birds would sing, and I think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men love then lies, not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Jesu Maria, what a deal of bride hath washed thy shallow cheeks for Rosaline! How much salt water thrown away in waste, to season love that of it doth not taste! The sun not yet thy sighs from heaven clears, thy old groans ring yet in my ancient ears. Lo, here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that was not washed off yet. If ever thou wasn't thyself, and these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then: women may fall when there's no strength in men. Well, Juliet, I lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. O mischief, thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts he dwells, which laid I noted in tattered weeds with overwhelming brows, culling of simples, meager were his looks, sharp misery had worn him to the bones, and in his needy shop a tortoise hung, an alligator stuffed, and other skins of ill-shaped fishes, and about his shelves a beggarly account of empty boxes, green earthen pots, bladders and musty seeds, remnants of packthread and old cakes of roses were thinly scattered to make up a show. Nothing this penury to myself I said, and if a man did need a poison now, who else is present death in Mantua? He lives a caitiff, wretch would sell it him. Oh, this same thought did but forerun my need, as the same needy man must sell it me. As I remember, this should be the house, being holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. What ho, apothecary!